Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I'm in Australia and welcome to my channel. It looks nice like outside today, but I'm giving you the usual weather report. But it isn't, it is cold out there, so, but anyway, so today we're going to make one or more of these if I can. I'm going to do some of these because I'm going to put them in my shop. This is a piece of jewellery, if you like, or it can be whatever you want it to be. There's a little veil on the top of it there, so that's you can put a piece of ribbon or something through there and put it around your neck, or you can put it in your book, or whatever you want to do with it. Okay, so I lost that yesterday. Well, I didn't lose it. It just wasn't in the room with me. So anyway, we're going to make this. Okay, so what we need first is, and that was a bit of cardstock, but I found that when I used a thicker piece of card, it wasn't. I've put these paper ones onto a piece of card that I got off, looks like, well, I don't know, a box. I think it was a box that had biscuits in it, and the thickness of that is what you want to look at. But today, because the colour's really dark on that, I don't know what colour is on this side, but I put this little fox on here, and I really like him, but I need to put something over that because that's paper, and I will do that shortly. And I've done those two too, but they're in the, we're going over there to the hard basket for the time being. So these here are on fabric. I printed these ones here off yesterday on fabric, and I think they turned out really cool. I love the fox. I don't think I'll be putting arms and legs on these ones though, okay, but the little heads I'm going to. So I've printed off this ones here, as you can see, off of Pinterest or somewhere. No, well, I don't know. I just put images of doll faces, okay, and that's what I come up with. So I had this one cut out this morning that I've cut to fit. I'm going to go back a bit. I'm going to have to reverse because I'm going to have to say to you that maybe this is a bit too big, is it? Maybe this one. I don't think that's covering it. It's got I've got to have a bit of white on the side, so we might have this. Now, I've actually used a card, the back of a card, you know, like a card. Where am I? What have I done with it? Where do I usually put these things, Sonia? Just put it to the side, don't I? But this morning, no. You know, like a greeting card or a birthday card or something. This is the back of it because it's white too. Now, I've glued two pieces together because of the thickness, the sort of thickness that I wanted it to be. Wouldn't it be good if I could just leave it there and you could see a bit better and I won't get out of the shot, I hope. Okay, so I've stuck those two pieces together. Glued them pretty good, so I've got a few pieces here that I've cut them into sizes because I was doing the size for this one, and I don't think that that's quite right because it's face. This might be it here. It's got little pieces, little marks of fabric on it, so this is probably it. Okay, so we're going to use that one, and we're going to use this here. Now, on the back of your fabric, there's a piece of clear paper. And so you just tear that off, plasticky stuff. And then I'm going to cut these two up the centre because then I can use the two different ones. Like that. That's really crooked. But I wanted to put a piece of fabric on here first, okay? So whether I'm going to cut that smaller or not, we'll come to that in a minute because we need only a very small piece of fabric. And now my cat is singing for us. Thank you very much, Mickey. I'm good. Oh, dearie me. So I've got a piece here that's off a serviette thing, you know, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to cover this first. That's what my idea is to start with. All right, before I put that on. Now, we'll have to cut around this Sorry about the song in the background. He'll give up in a minute and go to bed, I hope. I hope he's out aerating the lawn. And the cat's not happy because we're not with him, but he'll be fine. He knows where we are, and that's all he needs to do. Now I'm going to have to cut that off a little bit smaller, I think. A little bit smaller. Especially the fray edge. We don't want that to be in the road. Now we need a piece of felt, because we're going to put a piece of felt on the back of it. I'll have some white here. Some white here in the box next to me. Sure, I had white yesterday. I do. I'll find that in a minute. Where did that go? You've got to be quick around here. Truly you do. I'll find it. Here, there's a piece here. I was looking in the wrong box, Sonya. There's a bit of felt, so that can go on the back. Okay, now I'm going to put glue, this sort of glue, on here, because this will make it. And I won't use the side that's got. I left them little marks on it. I have got erasers, and they're probably handy, but I can't see one at the moment, and I'm not going to be fiddling around with that. I've got the heater going, and I've got the candle going, and so there's lots happening, and the cat's crying. Okay, so we're going to put that on there first, which would have been better if it had been more centred. I'll move it over a bit. Right. Now, so on this one here, I actually put a spotty fabric. You can see there's a little spotty fabric there behind that. This one I'll do plain white, and then I'm going to put that on the top of it. So I need to cut that out really straight, Sonya. Really good and straight you need this to be. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to trim it back so it is straight. I'm eyeballing this. I hope I know what I'm doing. Hope I'm getting it straight. That piece seems to be. Oh, puss, come on, that's enough. Come on. Go and, must be trying to attract a female cat, is he? He's been de-sexed. You think he'd stop that? But anyway, I need them to be about the same distance here, you know, from there to there, don't I, across the face. I'll just cut that up there and see if that's about right. So if you print off yours on the fabric, that's a good thing. You can do them on paper. I love these little faces, and I collected the ones up that I had before years and years ago, because I bet it probably was years and years. I mean, it was a long time back. That's probably still not small enough. Should I take it back more? Where's this bit ending? There and there. Yes, I will. Can I carefully do this, or do I need instructions from the ruler? It's a tiny bit too... And this has got like a gluey sort of stuff on it, as far as I know, because it would have had to hold that onto there. So hopefully when I put it on, it's not going to fray. Hopefully when I put it on there, it's not going to fray. Just seeing if that's... Yeah, because that'll fit on that way. Doesn't have to be exactly. You can put it on there, you know, with a bit of... Righto. So I'm going to stick this down. I'll cut more off this, I think. Now, I'm going to use these good corners here. Like Pam with the paper outpost would put, she folds things over this way to cover them, like that. I hope these are all in those side bins safe now. I do. My eldest daughter went up yesterday to have the vaccine but couldn't get in. It was too late, and there was too many. It was finished. Not well. It was supposed to go for, but there were so many people up there, And this morning she rang me at 7:30 and she told me that she was up there and there was a line up about, she said there would have been about, I don't know, she had 100 cars in front of her or something. At 7:30 this morning, it wasn't open till 9 o'clock, but they opened it earlier because there was all them cars up there, all them people were already out there ready to get their vaccine, so that's good. And she rang me just not that long ago and said, Mum, she was in the, what do you call it, the oval, because that's where they're having it, at the football oval. And I suppose because it's a big enough place. And she said she was in there, so she was pleased that she didn't want to get out of bed because it was raining and cold, but she got out and went. That's good. I'm really pleased that she did. And I'm really glad that she's up there and she's in line. I can't go and get in line because I can't stay in one place for that long anyway, for hours. And but I'm booked in at the doctor's anyway, me and Jeremy, so we're going to wait and go there because it was the earliest we could get in. I think I told you before, was in October. But that's okay because we can stay home. We can stop home. It won't hurt. And when you do go out anyway, you have to be very careful. So now we've got that there, see. Actually, that fits just nice, but I might take it in just a tiny bit just because. I don't know. I think I should. Thank you. I'll just line that up a bit better. Not doing a very good job of it. If I can just take a smidgen off either side here, just a tiny, tiny bit. You can't even see what I'm doing. I'm taking a smidgen off the side. Put the camera over here where I am, Sonia. I hope you've been able to see this because I cannot undo it. I'm sorry, I'm not going to take it off. I don't want to do that. The day is today that I work on things for my shop, which I'll be up there, not now. They won't be there now because I can't post them, so won't be till after I'm fully vaccinated that I'll put these things back up in the shop, so hopefully, because I can't go and post them. I only thought of that the other day and I took it off yesterday, I took the things down. Okay, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, she's pretty, isn't she? She looks really nice. Okay, so I want a piece of felt to put on the back of it. This is actually very thick, this piece, but it doesn't matter. It's a nice piece of wool felt. It's very thick, but that's all right. I don't mind. You want something nice on the back of it. You could get a tiny skinny one, I guess. Where's that box? Here. I don't know if I've got any. It's really thin. I need a different colour. I'm not sure I want a different colour. Just have a bit of a scratch through here for a minute and make sure I can't find any of it. Something skinny. I suppose that might be a bit better, this pink one. This might be a bit better. Yeah, because it's not as thick as that look. See the difference? I might use this piece of pink. That'll look nice on there. It will work. Okay, I'm going to stick it on first and then cut round it. Yes, I'll do that. These pretty lumpy bits I'm not really pleased with, but I should have cut them off. Anyway, it's all learning, I guess. It was a long time ago since I made that other one. So, but anyhow. Now I'm using art glitter glue because I absolutely love it. Absolutely the best thing ever, especially for my hands, because it just comes out. You don't have to squeeze the bottle really hard, and and it's just a thing for me because it dries at the right pace for me and everything. But I do, if I'm doing a big piece of something, I use the other stuff that I've got here that I bought from Big W, and that's what I use. I've just changed all the time because most glues are pretty good anyway, I find. There's not much difference in them, and they all work. Majority of them work. Not many that don't. I don't use a lot of wet glues. you know, the really runny ones, but because because I'd make too much mess. I don't know. I just feel more comfortable with this here. This one here, I don't get all over the place. I've been doing this for many, many years using glue, and this I found, this art glitter glue. This is not cheap, but it lasts a really, really long time because you're not wasting any by having it all run over everywhere or putting too much on or anything like that. So it lasts really good, and I've had that for a long time, and I've been using that in here, and it's still way up here. Still, I don't know if I looked in this one or the other one the other day, but then Julie did come along and refill them for me. They're up to about there. My glue fairy, she came along and refilled them for me. But, no, I like that. But anyway, it's really good stuff. I recommend it because if you're not going to be, you know, if you want to do great big pieces, then you have something else, but you have something as well to use for the big pieces. That thing's moving there, I think. Slipping away from me. I want to put that on there like that. I'm thinking we need the border around here too, but we'll get onto that later. These pieces of fabric, you can buy these in packets of 4 or 5, I think, online. You know, I can't tell you where it was because it was a long time ago that I bought them. And I get really funny about it because I like to, when I get these sort of things, I get excited about getting them and then don't use them. You know, I just think, oh, I better keep that. But you can also iron on freezer paper. There's been a lot of, I was saying about that. And you can put that through the printer and put a piece of fabric onto your freezer paper. Put that in your printer and that will work. You have to have an inkjet printer. So, but anyway, that's what you need and that will work for you. So hopefully that'll dry nice and it won't have any, I don't want to squish it along because it'll wrinkle it and it should be all wrinkly. Okay, so we've done that bit. Righto. So now we need to put that back in the end of there. Get some beads. Now this one here, I've got little seed beads around the edge of it, and that's what I'm going to put on this one. I've got a piece of paper on the back of this, I think. Maybe not, or it could be that I put on the back. But I want to put, I've got the felt on this one because I just felt like it. Sorry. Well, we have to laugh. Come on, we've got to have a bit of a laugh. Okay, so we need some beads and a needle. You get a needle and some beads. I'm not sure about these spotty bits under this. Could be just it could be the glue. Could be the glue. It'll dry all right, I hope. It'll do fine. Now, I've got lots of beads, as we know. We might even just use these out of this packet. I should have probably lifted these others up and put them away. Hang on a minute. They're too big. These are all good. These are all good size. And then you have a bale, of course. And I'll show you them in a minute. See that there? I should move them because they've... But then it blocks me light. I haven't taken that other shelf down yet. I want to do that so I can see out there. The light comes in. It'll come in from outside. Okay, so now I need some thread. And I can use a colour one if I want to, or a clear one. I think I'll go with a clear thread. Plain, I meant. I don't want to use the clear one because it tends to cobble up on me, and I've got some around here. I'm just going to sneak around the corner and get it out. Okay, so we'll be beading over there, won't we? Because if we don't, we're not going to be able to see what we're doing. I'm hoping you can see what I've been doing so far. Okay, it's very easy actually, and good fun. It's enjoyable because you're making something pretty and cute, you know, so you know, either give it to a child or a person, or an adult, it doesn't really matter. If somebody would like to wear it, it's just pretty, isn't it? I'm thinking I might be putting something, you know, around to here just to give her a bit of a lift. Now, do I want the beads at the front? I might put the beads at the front, and then I can just put some more later. Now I've got a knot in this, but only in one piece of thread, and I'm going to come up through the back here underneath the felt. Try and hide it down in there somewhere. Oh, it's come through there. And then that can go back, and then I'll get a bit of glue and tuck that down in there, I think. Where are you? Just putting this back in there, right. Don't put your I was going to put that in there with the pen, with the needle, but don't do that, and put it in there with a pin. I'm going to use the pin to stick it down. Righto, you know, every time I go near these pin cushions, these, what's the name, bead needles come out at me. It's not good. So I've got that down in there so it's hidden. Okay, now I could do colours. I might do lots of different colours around the edge of it. So we're going to put these on here, and you just go back close to where you come up. Don't worry, I'll get it there one day. Eventually I will. So there's one bead. Now it depends on which way you sew them, how they sit. And that's okay. Oh dear. Some of those. A couple of these, white ones, these ones. Oh, it started on that. And these are really pretty. Okay, so we got that one. Now we do this one. Now if I go down in there, put it this way, the little hole will be to the front, and that's okay. Oh dear, up to the second bead and I've got stuck. Now, there's lots of other things that you could put around here if you didn't want to do beading, but there's not much point me showing you all that, is it? Because we're doing beading today. There, like this. My husband must be finished what he was doing. He's in here. That damn door. But you know, we can't have it closing slowly, because if it did, the cat could get out. He'd be off down the road. No time at all. Well, we're stuck first up. Righto, we just keep going though, because I've already been on here for long enough. I'm not going to turn it off now. Come on. We need to be patient with some things. You just need to be patient. And I don't understand what I've got caught here. I'm going to have to get the magnifying glass thing and use it, I think. So I can see what I'm doing. Not now though, we haven't got time to do that. This is incredible, isn't it, eh? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, we're going to cut that off so we can get it off there. And we're going to have to take this out of here now. I'll have to see if I can peel that back again and get that out of there. Where are you? Not. Oh dear. Got it. Righto. What on earth's going on out there? My goodness me. That's incredible, isn't it, when you go to do something, how much noise can just pop out of nowhere. Where was that bit I was doing over here? Right, we'll go back in under there. So This is really tight trying to get it up for you. Got it. Got it. Now stick a bit of glue on there. Start again. You got some glue. Now, where did you have that pin that you pushed it down with before, Sonya? Probably put it back in the cushion, did I? Can't see it anywhere. No, I don't think I did. Goodness me. I'll push it in there with that and I'll clean the glue off it. Righto. Now let's do this again. Right, one blue bead. Now, the way that they're going to sit is going to depend on how you put them on, but if you can come from the side and go under here like this. Wait a minute. I want to go under there. Because there shouldn't be any glue on that part, because that's the end of it. We're putting this across the bottom. And there shouldn't be any glue across there, okay, because you weren't putting any on there, were you? So we go across this way. We just go underneath there a bit. Try to keep them evenly spaced. Well, sit up there, be nice if you did. You won't be too fancy now. It'll be fine. Probably should have started across the top and then I could have did some legs, but I'll put legs on in a minute. Legs and arms. I'll do legs and arms. It's a little doll necklacey thing, isn't it? Really? Purple. Now back to blue. Oh no, white. Blue. And we're just going to go around here like this, alternating your colours. Yellow. I don't think I made this on video before. I'm really sure I didn't, because it's a little bit, oops. It was a little bit of an experimental thing to start with when I did it before. I want you to see, watch this and see how it changes by what you do with it. It's really, you know, it's really interesting to watch things become something, isn't it? Hey, that one's a bit squished, that bead. So we need some of those, some of these, some blue ones, some yellow ones. Right, yeah. Okay, orange, green. Excuse me. Big sigh there. Might have to turn off my candle, I think, because this room is only small and it starts to... I'll just have to put the lid on it, actually. Smells really nice. I don't know what the weather's going to do today, but there's been rain and cold and I don't know. I suppose it is winter time after all, but that's no excuse. I don't think it's an excuse. I think it's terrifying. I just don't like the winter. I just don't like it at all. White. Oh, when I was in bed last night, though, nice, cosy and warm, I was fine. I was happy then. I'm all right now too, but you get times when you don't feel really good because of it. But I'm okay. Yeah, I can see sunshine. Getting sick of trying to figure out what to have to eat. It's really, really annoying. Because before, might pop up the street a couple of times through the week, and you feel like something and you could go and get it, couldn't you? Now we've just bought the stuff and we've got everything we possibly would need, but nobody wants to eat what's here, which is nothing wrong with what's here. It's perfectly fine. It's just, I don't know. Well, of course, it's got to be cooked. Something. I don't want the idea of takeaway. I don't like that. Sometimes you can go and get a bit of cooked meat and have something like that, or I do buy a cooked bit of chicken from Woolworths sometimes, and I've got this stuck now. Wouldn't that upset you a bit if you... Okay, come on now. That's not nice. Play nice now. Okay. A green one. Now you can get lots of pictures off your fabric too. That was another thing that I got pieces of fabric out yesterday and I was going through them and I thought, well, I could have got... But then I know that I've got different ones as well. I'll just show you in a minute. You can get fabric with butterflies on them and fairies and all sorts of different things. For some reason, though, because I wanted to put the arms and legs on this, I needed to just have a face because you couldn't do this with put arms and legs if you already had the whole thing there. Right. I don't know how I come up with this. I've got no idea. I must have seen it somewhere. Ow. Probably nothing like what I've seen because that happens. You think you've seen something that looks like that, but it might not be. It doesn't have to be the same anyway. You need to put your own spin on everything, really. I'll pull these up a bit tighter. There's a bit loose, that one there is. The green one. Come on. There we go. That's better. Blue. If I just go up this side here, and then I can stop and do an arm or a leg or something and show you because, and I will finish it if I can on here, but I haven't got much time left. It's only 11 minutes. I don't know what's going on with the time, but it's flying past for me. And I did put 45 minutes on that thing. Okay, so I can do another 5 minutes after so I can do 15, can't I? Would that be right? If I put 45, I can just use 52 as a rule. I do not want to overdo it though, because I don't want it to be this colour here. Little birds are out there having a little twit. This colour here. Then we go across the top, but I'm going to end this off now because I'm going to do an arm or a leg or something. Look how cool that does. Doesn't that make that so much different? It's very plain before, as it would be, but it depends on your decoration, what you do. I end this off here by going back through there. I did a back stitch and I went back through the back of it. I'm going to cut it off really close so you can't see that there. Okay, now I'm going to turn the heater off. I don't need that since I'm in the cupboard. My daughter called it. She told me it was in the cupboard. She said I kept it in the cupboard because it was only a very small bedroom. Okay, so now, sorry, got to stay here, don't I? I'm going to do a little arm. I do need to find some little different sorts of beads though. On this one here we just got a few different sizes, and there's a really nice little flower on the end. I don't have any little flowers handy because I couldn't find them the other day when I went looking, but I can use, so on this one I want to put, I like the glassy looking beads, and maybe we could have a long one, I don't know. Let's have a look here and see what we got. I've got that pinky sort of one there. It's a flowery looking one. And I've got a green one that looks flowery too. Okay. I can use that one there for the bottom, or part way. Had it square up along her arm, because I want to try and stick to the plan a bit, eh? Make it look a bit like what I'm showing you. Don't know if I want that. Maybe not. Where's this other white? I've got a white one here. I think that's square. There's a white one. And I could use those glassy sort of ones there. Okay. So, let me get this off. Look at this. I can't find... I know where the other one is. The other one's put away somewhere. This is a fox. Isn't he gorgeous? He was an earring, and I just made him into a... He's freezing cold. He's absolutely freezing. So here, I've got these little blokes here, these little ones. I could probably use them on it. And then I wanted some... too big, them pink. Will I go with white? No, I'm going to use this other packet here. I'm going to have these. I use these. I like these sort of clearish sort of ones. I suppose. I don't know. There could be two. They might be wrong. I like these white ones. These white ones are nice squares. Put some squares in. And I might have a different pink. What about that? Might be too bright. Oh no, it's not. Let's have a go. Let's be game and have a go at that. Okay, so move you over here. Thank you. Might need a bit more thread. I can start off with that and I'll run out and I won't be happy. And I think I might put two in this as well. Two strands. Use 2 strands of cotton. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is going to have pinky colours on it, I guess, because that's what I've started out with. Pink and white colours on it. I could just thread this real easy. I could. Oh, come on. So I had to go on the internet today and buy myself a glass kettle, because this is what we've been using for make our coffee. We have a glass kettle because I don't like the plastic. So I did that. I ordered that this morning. There was a multitude of them to pick from. It was just, you know. And I was going to get a new house phone, but ours seemed to charge last night, so I didn't have to worry about that. I hope it still keeps on keeping on though. So over here, I'm going to have to come in from underneath the back of this. In the centre part, I'm going to come through. And I think I might just leave the knot there. And I'm going to do a back stitch here. I hope I don't get too cobbled up. I don't know. I don't think it'll matter if you can see that this here, where this starts, because they're sharp, them things. Because it's got to hang on to something, doesn't it? It can't be sitting there in thin air, so we're going to have that to start it off with. Righto. Now I'm going to start out with a small one because there's tiny ones there in the middle, so I'll put this one on here first. There you go, we got that one. Now, I do that Are these too big? I don't know. I'm looking at that and I think they could be, you know. I think they might be a bit too big. Here's some. Here we go. These are a better size. Those ones there, they're much better size. And the white's good. If I turn this box upside down, I can see, because I can't see it through the top way. Yeah, I think that'll work. And I'm looking at the gold one there, just for interest. Where is it? Which way? You'll be able to find them after you put it back down. You can't see through them tops very good, you see. But anyway, it all works. So I thought I might put a few of these on. Look, in amongst it somewhere. Just give it some more interest. Okay, so we're going to start at the top of the arm. So we don't want it too big. Well, not these big ones anyway for there. Whoops. See, they're a bit smaller. You can see they're a lot smaller actually, but they're not tiny either. So I'm going to put on one of those. Then I want might even put one of these shiny ones on next. Okay. I don't know how I ended up with that box of all them big ones there. And then I want to put on some of these, more of these, and something a bit different. Square one? That looks like a square one on there. It could have been better if it was down further for her elbow, but it'll be right. That is not too bad. Or should I go with the bigger one and bring it up? Hang on a second. I'll just put a bit bigger bead in first. These over here I was working with yesterday, but they're too, you can't see them very plain, not very, you can't see them enough. Hang on. I think this is the size of the one I got there, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we can put that on there. We'll put that on there anyway. But it's just when you go to do the other ones, just make sure you've got the stuff to put it like the same, you put them on the same way. So, you know, a couple of those and one of those, all right? So we have a couple of them. A square one. Now a square one. Okay. It's just whatever you want to put on there, just you go for it. Two of these smaller ones. And that looks really cool. I like that. A bigger one. A couple of smaller ones. Maybe 3 of them. How long is the arm? About that. I might do, it's supposed to be right down further, but it might do. On this one I've got little short arms. She's only got little short arms. You can't even see what I'm doing here. Look at this, I'm over here. Sorry. Oh, dearie me. I knew I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have dragged this in because I can never get in the shot. I'm so sorry. If you've missed that bit, here we are. Look, we're here, we've done that. And I don't have any time to do any more, I'm sorry, but I'll finish this arm. Might make it a tiny bit longer. These ones here, these pretty pink beads. Suppose I've gone out of the shot again, have I? My husband wanted me for, but anyway. One of these pretty colour ones, gold ones. Maybe a square one. And we're going to put another gold one in this flowery thing on the bottom. And then this pink one, okay? So you can't see anything that I'm doing, but I've threaded all those onto there, see? Alright, so that's going to be an arm. So when you put the last bead on, you need to go over the top of it and go back through the rest of them. Okay, so sneak back up through here, through all these beads. Alright. I can't stop. Yeah, I did stop it. Okay, so we go up through them, pull it up fairly tight. Keep going all the way up through here. I'm sorry if you didn't see me putting these on. It's I just couldn't help that bit. I'm so sorry. I'm just hoping that I have to run through and look at this and see what it's like. If it's really bad, I won't put it up. If it's not too bad, I will. Just, in my opinion, okay? It'll be all my opinion whether it's bad or not. And I'm going to pull that through to the back of there, and I'm underneath here where the felt is, and I'm going to sneak across with my needle to the other side so I can start beading the other one there. Well, make sure it goes straight, Sonya. No, you didn't. Come on, just make it go up a bit further. There we go. So we have half of the little dolly thing. So far, so good, okay. I'll come back on a minute and I'll finish him for you. Hang on a second.